Shut up. Didn't I say shut up? Bet that rooster will think twice before crowing tomorrow morning. Coffee's ready, guys. Let's start the show. Good morning. This is just a test run live on a new streaming platform. Had to change things up because my God, they're making it so it's so expensive that we can't even run our shows. So hopefully people will find me and we can chit chat this morning. It's I went with Restream, so I'm hoping that this works out well. Pretty close to StreamYard, but StreamYard is just way too expensive now. Just way too expensive. It's getting to the point where I can't even run the show. When you got limited funds and all this added expense to the budget, and when they raise prices on everything, we're pretty much all screwed. That's pretty much the bottom line. So I'm just testing to see how everything's working, see if chat works. So I hope somebody pops in so I could see if I could see their messages. And just playing around, making sure things are working. So it's great there. I could put the chat right on the stream, which is pretty cool. I couldn't do that before. And then I could add all of my own stuff that I already had set up on the other streaming service. So that's another bonus. Again, just a chat. Hey, Ryan, does it sound good? Does everything? This is just it's another learning experience. I had to change things up, or I would have had to shut down. And I really, it was killing me. I've been struggling with this for days and trying to figure out how to keep myself going. So yeah, just let me know how everything's sounding and looking. Does it look good? Does it sound all right? Is it about the same? So any feedback would be greatly appreciated. Hey, Ryan, actually, it's funny because of your show that we did the other night. I got contacted by another group called the, the Bridgewater Triangle Paranormal Group. They contacted me, messaged on the post that I put, willing to give me some stories for the magazine and also asked to be on the show. So I don't know if you know who they are, but it's pretty cool. So I'm going to touch base with them and see what we can put together. So yeah, is any feedback on the new stream would be awesome. Seems about the same as StreamYard. Yeah, it's been doing all right, I think. It was really easy to set up. It's pretty much the same, just looks a little bit different. Hey, Death Stalker, how are you? Seems about the same. Yeah, I'm good. I'm glad it sounds good. I'm glad it works good. Eventually, and then I'm gonna have to figure out how it's gonna work with a guest. That's gonna hopefully that'll still work the same as well. But otherwise, yeah, it was a struggle. I mean, searching for days Hey, there's Miss Steph. How are you? How's it sound, Steph? How's it looking? Um, Searching for days, trying to figure out uh, what to do. Oh, great. I probably do know them. I know Harry. He has a lot of Bridgewater Triangle. Nice guy. I believe that's who it is, Ryan. So, yeah. Oh, good. Sounds good to you. Oh, great. Great. So, it's a little stress off my back. Yeah. StreamYard is outrageously priced. And I mean, you guys all know I'm disabled. I'm on disability. We don't live high off the hog on disability, and when things get changed up, and then I start stressing because I'm thinking, oh, how am I going to keep the show going? Because I can't afford to. Hi, Spange, welcome. So yeah, doing a test run, Spange, on a new streaming platform. So yeah, the struggles, it sucks because it was either figure it out, find a way around things, or I was going to have to shut down everything. And I worked so hard and gathered such a great group of friends, and I didn't want to have to lose my show. So I'm doing what I can to keep the ball rolling, guys. Hi, V team. Thank you. Oh, good. Good. Sounds good. Oh, good. I'm so happy about that. Because I was just talking to Steph, and she asked if I was doing a morning show, and I go, well, I was thinking about doing the test run this morning just to see how this was going to work. So I'm glad I did this to get it going. So I've got the coffee and I've got you guys, and so yeah, that makes my morning. Uh-oh, let's see. I hope I'm not having an issue. It says, hold on, we're connecting to your channels. Hopefully that's, oh boy. I hope that's all still working right. Crap. Oh, that's what I get for touching stuff. Hopefully everything's still working, guys. Or did you lose me? I don't know. Like I said, it's going to be a learning curve. I'm going to figure things out. And I clicked on that. You guys are probably chatting and I can't see it. Oh, wait. I don't know. I don't know if I lost chat or not, guys. Nope. There it is. Chat's still working. Okay, good. Ryan just posted something. Yeah, Harry from Bridgewater Triangle Investigators. I've gone out on investigations once. He even wrote a story about me in Spectral Whispers, Ghost Lights. We've seen on the Van Tracks. Yes, he did say that he was in actually a book, and so yeah, so they're a good group then, Ryan. Because yeah, he contacted me and I said we would set up something. Um, and he's going to submit stories to the magazine, which there's a big change with the magazine. I did a post on it last night. Hey, Carla. Yes, the new stream. Not bad, huh? What do you think? Great. I had to do some changes with the magazine. I thought long and hard on it, and it was just killing me to do it, but I did it. Because I have to have some kind of an income to keep these things going. So the magazine is now just for members only until something else changes, because that costs me money to put that out too. Is Restream hard to customize? Carla, it's just like StreamYard. Just like StreamYard. I transferred everything and here I am. Hey, Al, how's it going? Oh, does it? Good. Yeah, and you can add what you want, and they have some really great stuff. If you don't have your own, you could add theirs, which is really nice. And the reason I went with them is because I was looking at the website, and they had a guy and they're talking about it, and he says no matter what happens, they are not going to do what the other streaming platforms did and jack up their prices. So what we buy today is what we're going to pay for tomorrow, and so on. So I was just saying that being on a very limited, I mean, I'm on a very limited income. I can't afford price hikes like what StreamYard did. It was just, I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. That's awesome, Laura. And he does a lot of investigations in the Triangle. Yeah, it's gonna be a good show then, I think. He says he's gonna send me an email and we'll set up a date probably sometime in October, which would be great because it's spooky month. We'll get him and the team on and see what's going on there. I'm sending you stuff. It's my birthday month. That's right. Okay. Yep. Send me stuff. Pagan articles, my artwork. I like seeing the live chats. Yeah, isn't it? I see that's a great feature where StreamYard didn't have that where we could put it on the screen. I like that too. Yeah, the change of the magazine, like I said, is now it's members only. I'm gonna have to shorten it up because I'm doing all of the work. So hopefully people will send in more submissions, and stories and stuff. So it's less work that I've got to put together. So that I could still put the magazine out, for you guys. I can't afford to pay attention. Oh, Al, I hear you. I hear you. No, I was really upset about it last night. And my husband goes, well, you're going to have to figure it out. Or I was just going to have to say goodbye to everybody because it's really rough. I don't think everybody realizes how much it does cost. And I had to invest in a computer to do a better show, to have what I needed for a better show. Now, my laptop wouldn't support the Restream, so I couldn't switch before. So, a lot of the donations, all of the donations that I got in the beginning went towards the computer, but there's still a balance on it that I've got to pay off. And so I just got to keep pushing so that I can get these things paid for and keep the show going. And like I said, you feel funny saying, hey, become a member or do this or do that. But unfortunately, we have to ask for support so that we can keep going. Hi, Pam. How are you? Trying out a new stream, Pam. So this is just a test. So I'm glad you guys could all come and hang with me. And it's Friday, guys. Friday. How's everybody's Friday so far? It's supposed to be a good, cool day around here. So maybe I'll get out and do a little filming later, which will be awesome. And then I also was thinking about filming a tea video. So try the tea that Wayne sent me. Because he said, have you tried it yet? Well, no, I haven't gotten to it yet, but I will. And I said I would, video it so that, everybody could see how silly I am putting together my English tea. I bought a Powerball ticket. You got to be in it to win it. You're right, Al. And you know what? We buy them and we never win. And of course, I think it was Steph I was talking to the other day about it's the Powerball winner, the just recent one. And apparently people won. And it was like $1 billion or something like that. Could you imagine? Oh, could you imagine the people I could help with that money? Oh, good Lord, help me. But I couldn't play, so didn't win. Okay, so do you only go by money you get through YouTube? Don't they take a huge chunk? No. Well, a lot of people, you could donate to my PayPal, but they take some money too. Ko-fi doesn't take money if you donate there. YouTube, it all goes into all of the donations and stuff that go through YouTube goes into an account. And then when you hit a payment threshold, then they pay out and you get all of it. I've gotten all of it, and I've only been paid once so far. I haven't hit the threshold this last month, so it's I have to wait. They hold it till you get to that certain amount, and then they send you the money. So yeah, if I don't make a certain amount of money every month, then they hold on to it, and then I've got to wait. So then that means it comes out of my regular home budget. Um, and I wish I could have a job, but nobody's going to hire me. I'm too busted up. I've tried for years. I won a pick 4 once, $3,800. Oh, good for you. Good for you. How much does PayPal take? Oh my God, I didn't know that. It's really not a lot. I'd have to say, let me see. I'm trying to think. Probably like a dollar, something like that. So I mean, it's not a lot, but yeah. It's pretty much kind of like a processing fee because they send it to your bank account. So it's like a dollar something that they take. So it's not too bad. PayPal. Spain's you're talking about if people donate, and if they donate and they do it through PayPal, they take a small percentage. The only one that, like I said, so far hasn't taken a percentage is Kofi. That you donate that and it goes directly to me, the full amount. But yeah, through YouTube, like the super chats and all that, I get it. It goes all into that account, and then when I reach the threshold, then YouTube pays me. I was short by like $5 this last month, so I don't know. That's okay. I just you're gonna have to just keep pushing and make things work. Okay. I was like, if someone sends you $10, do you only get like 5 of it? Oh no. I would get, like 9 something. So yeah, it's only like $1 something, or it's not much that they take. Everybody's gotta have their little bit. Isn't that just if people don't pay the friends and family? Hello, Helena. How are you? Isn't that just if people don't pay the friends and family? I think if you transfer money to people, I think there's a small fee for that. There is a small fee on most stuff. But now the last time the first and only time that I've gotten paid so far by YouTube, I got the full amount. So she says YouTube takes like 30% or something. Yeah, no, I got the full amount that was in the account. So I don't, but that was the very first time. Last month was the first time I've ever gotten anything. Because I'm, new to being monetized, and all the memberships helped a great deal, got me up to, the threshold, and then, the super chats and stuff. So it's, I don't know if it'll be the same way this time around, but I didn't make it this last month. So now I got to wait until I get more members, or, the super chats and all that stuff. And then that'll go into the account. The threshold is $100. And if you don't make it, then they hold it until that amount gets to that point, and then they send you the money. That's pretty much how it works. They took 30% from donations directly. The amount it shows and what you're getting paid is what you get paid. Okay. So, yeah. Do you have 2 options to transfer: as a friend and family payment, or for goods or services? To be honest with you, Spange, all I know is when people, they do it through, it's automatic through the PayPal. So how it's set up, I don't know. It could be services or something. I'm not sure, to be honest with you. What happens if you don't reach the threshold, what happens to the money in there? It stays there, Steph, until you do reach it. You don't lose it. Does Restream have a good payment plan? As I right now I'm using StreamYard. Yes, that's why I switched. StreamYard's horrendous. This is just like StreamYard, and they give you, you could have the free. I'm on the medium one, and then there's the pro plan, and this one is only $20 a month. Okay, Spain says if the payer selects friends and family, you get 100%. Okay, so that's good to know. Oh, thank you, Pam. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And here, we're going to give you this because I appreciate that greatly. Thank you. I transferred Seg as F and F, and he got the full amount. Oh, all right. So thanks, Spange. It's great to know that, everybody. If you choose friends and family, you get the full amount. See, I think people didn't know that because, every time I would get something, they would take like $1 something or so. Yeah, I don't get paid every month from YouTube. I get paid until it reaches. Yeah, you have to reach the threshold. And if you don't, then they hold on to it until you reach the threshold. And this last month I was short by $5. And Pam is awesome. Superstar. Did you retire from the workforce? Al, I was forced into retirement because of my disability, but how are you going to prove that? They just gave me some lame story. I think they were just frustrated because they wanted me to be there all day. But the thing was, I was doing an 8-hour day's work in 5 hours. And then I would also do extra if I was asked. So apparently the manager had an issue with that. And so they just gave me this crap story that they needed somebody full time. And I knew the owner wasn't too thrilled about having to let me go because, I've got over 30 years experience in the dental field, and I could see it in his face and he also said, he goes, "Oh, I hate doing this." And I said, "Hey, it's business. I get it." It was the manager that was riding his ass because the manager was upset because he had to do extra stuff. And he expected me to do it, which wasn't my department. But, I was always willing, if I was done early, I would always volunteer to help out. But apparently that wasn't good enough. And so, yeah, I was forced into retirement. And here I am. That's why I started the YouTube. I figured, well, it would help fill my time and do some great things on here, meet some great people. Let's see. I've got onto the laptop. Can't join from my phone. Oh, okay. Hey, wait, I did miss something. I've got a nice cup of Yorkshire tea here. Oh, I'm gonna do the tea video so Wayne can see, because he keeps saying I haven't had a chance to do it. I've been stressing about this. I really just have been a nervous wreck. Very upset that I was going to lose the channel, and so yeah, I've been hustling. I'm thinking about going out. I have to get certified from the state. So you're saying about retiring, Al? Because I didn't want to. I mean, I wasn't ready to retire yet. I'm in my 50s. And I was hoping that, I was in a stable position and I could retire from there and not have to worry about it. But they had other plans. And thank you, Steph. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you, Tori. Welcome, guys. Oh, you guys, you have no idea how much that means to me. You guys. Fantastic. Thank you. Laura, did Wayne not send you any proper biscuits with? No, he didn't. No, he didn't. It was nice of him just to send the tea. I thought it was great. And I would just save it and say, oh, just show everybody, look, I got tea from England. If I use it all up, then I'll just have to save the box and frame it. uh, Thank you very much, guys, for joining. I really appreciate the help. Yeah, I just really, just totally, really upset. I wasn't in the best of moods yesterday, and like I said, I was finally decided to go with the Restream, and you guys are saying it's working good, so I think I think it's gonna work out. Sorry, it wasn't someone here in live. I'm confused, Steph. What are you talking about? A question: if you go from StreamYard to Restream, do you lose all your videos, previews, and live streams, etc.? I didn't transfer any of that stuff. I'm not sure. I think you could download them and then save them on your computer. But as far as that, I'm pretty sure you probably can download all of that stuff because like all of my intros and all of that, I downloaded them onto my computer and re-uploaded them onto here. So I don't see why you couldn't do it with the live streams and all of that. And I had a deadline, because I was sharing the StreamYard with Susan in the end here, and she's shutting hers down on the 15th. And so she's got to hurry up and find a different streaming platform because nobody can afford this. It's insane. And she had the professional package, and it's like over $500 a month. That's just crazy. As a fellow Brit, on behalf of all Brits, I apologize for Wayne's oversight. Oh, jeez. Oh, my goodness. I know. So what am I supposed to have with my tea? I don't know. Helena says, no, you don't lose them from YouTube. That's true. Yeah, they're still on YouTube. And I wasn't worried about those. I was just worried about being able to get on here and having everything that I use to run the show to transfer over. So I figured all that out. And so far, this is pretty cool. And like I said, the real test will be when I bring on a guest. And then we'll see how that goes. It is a ripoff. And like I said, I had just upgraded my subscription with StreamYard, and that other company bought it and then jacked it up to 50. And I'm like, are you kidding me? I just freaked out. I said, oh my God, now what am I going to do? Oh my God, we have so many biscuits. Yeah, no, he probably didn't even think of that. But I thought that was so sweet of him, even just to send the tea. Lori, I was sorry the gifted son wasn't to someone in live chat this morning. Oh, sub. Oh, that's okay. I need to try a Restream. Yeah, give it a try. I mean, everything else I've looked at is the same price as StreamYard or more. And everybody goes, "Oh, do OBS." OBS is great for those who have that kind of experience with editing and all of that, because it's kind of like that. It's difficult to master. And when you don't have any of that experience, and then you need a separate streaming to do to have guests. I didn't. It's just too much, too stressful. Hey, Steve, how's it going? Does the free Restream allow your to stream in 1080p? I don't know about the free one. Um, I'm the next level up. And then the free one, you have the watermarks and all that crap. But the free one gives you limited streaming 5 hours. And I didn't want to have to get stuck with, because sometimes my shows will go 2, 3, 4 hours, depending on how much fun we're having. And I would burn those up quick time. I think it's 20 hours a month. So I didn't want to run into that problem. I mean, and $20 isn't bad. So far, all of my settings are the same, and you guys say everything is coming out the same. So far, I'm good. Pam says, unfortunately, business is business. Yeah, that's the problem. So then when you don't have people donating, or don't have members, or you don't have something coming in to help support you on the channel, and it's coming out of your budget, and then when they do stuff like that, start charging you $50, $60 a month, and you're like, oh, where am I getting this from? And I told my husband I was going to put him on the corner with a cardboard sign. But so yeah, so far I'm glad everybody thinks it's great. It seems to be going well. I still got to figure out a little, of the bells and whistles that they've got here. Apparently, I can add, music and notes and captions, stuff like that. They have their, a whole stream thing of backgrounds that you can use, which I didn't put on. I'll probably do that later. Steph, I've got a bone in my leg. I just can't jump high. Yeah, my days of jumping high are done too. I don't. So I'm saying when I go out and out into the cemeteries or the woods and stuff like that, and if something's coming, it's gonna get me because the running days are. I don't know. Maybe the adrenaline will kick in, but yeah, I'm not. I don't run anymore either. Yes, that's the beauty of this, is that I can make it the chat, the font and all that is large, as I want, so people can so I can actually read it too. Because normally, I have to keep looking through the glasses to see because it's so small. But I've made it larger so that we all can make it out. Oh, did you check, Helena? Is it the professional plan allows stream and 1080? It's $49 a month. But I think that they offer more than the other ones do. Like I said, each one has a different package, and then, like I said, the prices range from just crazy to insane. And this one suited, what I needed just to keep going. It's nice to have the extra seats, so I could have more people on at once. Uh, but I just, I can't afford that right now. I was just more concerned about keeping the show going. So I'm looking at Restream prices. Oh, okay. So see, it was nice, yeah, with the StreamYard, you could have up to 10 people on. Well, yeah, I just couldn't afford that. Yeah, it is cheaper if you pay for the full year, yes. I think if full year, what does it say, Helena? It's $16 per month. And if you pay for the full year, yes, it's cheaper by 20% or so. Hi, D. How are you doing? And see, I can't afford to pay for the full year either, so I have to do it by the month. Poor old broke Laura. And I always bitch all the time. I wish I could find some kind of job, but the minute I start telling people what my issues are, you get the same, oh, well, we'll call you back. No, they're not gonna. But I have to tell, I've got to tell them that I have restrictions because they're gonna say, well, gee, how come you can only work, 3 hours a day and you can't lift over 5 pounds? And you can't just say, well, just because I feel like it. You got to explain to them. And I know I get it. You tell them the medical issues, and the first thing that pops up is insurance risk. So, or they don't want to be bothered. So it's, yeah. Yeah, I need a sugar daddy. Yeah, I need to. You are so right. And then my husband, the work he's doing, the hours have been cut down. So that's even more of a burden. I know everybody's got their, boohoo story, but it just seems all to hit it once. And it really starts to tick me off. When you finally figure, oh, great, everything's going back to normal, it'll be fine. And then something screws it all up. If you get a full year, standard is 16 a month, the professional 39. You can't do much with standard. Right. Yeah, you're limited. I'm going to be limited. I only have one seat, so it's one, and I usually only have one person on anyway, unless I'm doing a show with Susan or something. So I'm just gonna it's adjustments until things change, and I have a constant income coming in to support the show. I've got to stick with this. Otherwise, if things improve, then I can upgrade. Um, Laura, do you have cute feet? You could always, I made that joke about selling feet pictures. They're not bad looking feet. But then you figure, they're gonna want more than just feet pictures. I'm gonna have to buy shoes and all that other stuff, to make it look good. I don't know. I could do that. I feel weird. Hi, go Sweener. How's it going? That's why I always say I would just, I always tell my husband, I make him do it. I always put you on a corner with a cardboard sign. The other people get away with it. Why not us? Hi, Mrs. Deathwish. How are you? I've had people say, "Why don't you get a job?" Then I asked them, when was the last time they saw me out with, uh, saw me out at something was. Uh, yeah, I haven't had people say that to me yet. Why don't I get a job? Even when I was forced into retirement, and of course I went into, you get, the unemployment for a while, and they give you a representative to help you find work. And you go through all the bullshit and all this, and I told the guy, I says, well, I'm going to tell you, these are my restrictions because I'm on disability. So I have restrictions from the state of New York, and I have medical restrictions from the doctor. So when I went through the list, he just come right out and said, he goes, you're not going to find a job. I says, yeah, you think? And then I told him, I said, well, gee, why don't I go work for the unemployment office? I could sit on a phone and bother people all day about going to get a job. He says, no, you need a master's degree to do that. I says, are you kidding me? You need a master's degree to call people up and ask them, did you find a job today? How many applications did you fill out? And he'll go down a list. Are you serious? So then after that, they didn't harass me because where am I going to get a job? Even to do, daycare for children. I'd have to have my home inspected. There's licensings that I would have to pay for, and just a whole mess of crap. And you can't just be a babysitter anymore because everybody claims it on their taxes. So you have to have, certifications and stuff to even be a babysitter nowadays. It's insane. because I would love to be able to do that, take care of babies, but you know, you got to have, you know, your water tested and all this other stuff and all the things tested in your house, make sure it's safe for the children, which I fully support. But no wonder why daycare people spend. I found out actually, my daughter-in-law told me that I think somebody pays almost $400 per day per children for daycare. I almost had a stroke. I said, "Are you kidding me?" I would charge people, you know, $200 a week, and I would feed them out of my own house. All they had to do was bring the kid. So those people, man, those daycares are raking in some hard cash. I walk with crutches or I use a wheelchair. My memory is crud. I can't sit in an office chair for too long periods. I used to take care, and it's childcare is exhausting. Yeah, it is. Yes, Steph. 300 or more a day. I'm thinking, oh my God, that is crazy. Sometimes I got to use a cane. I haven't made it to a wheelchair yet, but I think that's pretty much where I'm headed. Yeah, and my memory sucks too because of the fibro. And that's the thing. I can't sit too long. So that's why when you guys see me do a show and towards the end of the show, I start fidgeting. It's because the pain is shooting up my spine. So I have to adjust myself and sometimes I sit on an ice pack just to make it through a longer show. Um, so, oh yeah, that's way too much. Yep. She told me that. I'm thinking, are you serious? I'm thinking, okay, maybe 300 a week. Nope. Where'd they get off charging that kind of money? So if you imagine you get, you know, they have 2, 3 kids or whatever, that's some serious cash. I mean, I'm sure not all of them charge that price, but the one that she was talking about did. I'm thinking, wow, I am out of the loop completely. I haven't taken care of people's kids in a long time. It's been over 30 years, but like I said, I was like, I thought $200 was a lot of money for a week. And like I said, I used to feed them out of my own kitchen. I didn't ask them to bring food or anything. I mean, the only thing was if it was a baby, then yeah, you had to bring the formula and the diapers. But and it was a full day. I would watch, 8 hours. It's around $290 a month in here. Yeah, no, here I get. It depends on where you go, what their services offer. It's crazy. Wow, I wish I still was running a day home, but that's why I don't have a job. Unfortunately, people see me at my best and they don't get to see me. Yeah, it's well, yeah, it takes a lot chasing after the kids. And then the same thing, you got to worry about you know, your yard, everything has to be inspected and approved by the state before you can open up. So if you've got stuff in your yard, like my yard, it's got lumber and crap like that, they wouldn't approve it because it would be dangerous. And we have a fire pit. I'd have to get rid of all that. For $300 a day, my kid better get piano lessons. Yeah. I agree with you, Steph. Like I said, not all of them charge that, but it's New York, and they get away with it. And the area that I live in, the people make good money in this area. It's just like how we were complaining about, my husband and I, about the traffic today is so insane. It's because when we were growing up, our families had one car. That was it. Even if mom and dad both worked, my parents both worked, and my father would drop my mother off at her job, and then he'd go to work. And then when he was done, he'd pick her up, they'd come home. Nowadays, a household, everybody has their own vehicle. So some place, some families, you have 5 people in the family, there's 5 cars. So that's, double or triple the amount that's on the road from when we were growing up in, 70s, 80s, and 90s. It was only a one vehicle household. Nowadays, everybody's got a car. Some people don't deserve to have a car, but they've got them. I took training to be a drug and alcohol counselor to work with youth. I was told I was a liability because of my disabilities. Impaired, used an electric wheelchair. I felt angry. What has that got to do with you being a counselor? That's that's the thing. That's discrimination. Total discrimination. Wow, yeah, $2 an hour. Yep, over 30 years ago. See what we're missing out on, Pam? Oh, we're missing out on the big money now. And of course, that's different in each state and in all places that you live. It's all different prices. But yeah, here in New York, everything in New York is expensive. That's the problem. They tax you to death. Everything you buy is got to be registered. Because I was going to get a moped. And I figured, well, that'd be great because then I could zip around town or do what I got to do and not have to worry about, because we only have one vehicle. We don't need 2 vehicles in our house. So I figured, if I got to go to the store for something quick, I could use a moped and just, zip on down the road. Well, because it goes over 30 miles an hour, it has to be registered and licensed. I'm thinking, are you kidding me? So I'm waiting because we have a lot of electric bikes around here. And some of them go pretty fast. I'm waiting for them to start saying now they're going to have to register and license the bicycles. The scooter that I bought with my father, it could go all up to 20 miles an hour. So we're under the limit for that. And all that is like a skateboard with a seat and handlebars. But yeah, New York will find a way. I don't think I could keep up with them now. Yeah, I don't think so either. I probably don't know, probably could, but I'd be exhausted. I wouldn't be able to do anything else. Yeah, putting a complaint that's a problem though. You got to prove it. See, that's why, because everybody told me to do the same thing. I mean, they didn't come right out and say we're letting you go because of your disability. They made up a story that they needed somebody the full 8 hours there at my station. Every day that I went home, all the work was done. There was nothing left. So what do you need somebody there for? And that included when I had in-house patients. Because that was part of my job. I dealt with the patients and did the custom staining and fitting of the crown and bridge work. So even if I had a patient, I still had the 8 hours worth of work finished. And sometimes I had patients in chair for an hour or two, just so that I had a perfect match. So they use an excuse. So there was no way that I could prove otherwise, which was pretty crappy. Because here, you're doing your job above and beyond. You're there every day. You don't cause any kind of problems, and you still lose your job. The best part was I'm still friends with somebody that works there. She ended up contacting me after I was let go. They took the receptionist and put her in my position. Made no sense because she's a receptionist. She has no idea about what I did, 30 years of experience. And they ended up having to call somebody from another city. Actually, no, it was another state. I forgot another state. They brought in somebody to train everybody, the boss, the manager, and that girl, my job. So the girl was standing there and she goes, "Gee, it's a shame. You wouldn't have had to do this if you didn't let Laura go." And then she walked away. So they was, kind of like karma. For me, it was great. Not yeah, they are usually smart enough not to say something they could get sued over. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they know how to cover their butts. So yeah, we just got to say, okay, thanks. It's been great, and go along your way. And then I pretty much let them know. So thanks, you just put the nail in my coffin. Hey, crib keeper, crib walker. What the hell am I saying? Probably should clean my glasses so I can see better. Welcome to the test show. Sounds like someone was banging the receptionist. You know what? It was just they took her off of the reception position because she was a bit rude. They got complaints when she used to answer the phone. So they just stuck her over there. And here, my job was very technical. Uh, you had to know what you're doing because I was the custom stain specialist. So when a patient would come in and they had a crown or bridge made, I had to stain the bridge to match their existing teeth in their mouth. That is not easy by any means. So if you have no artistic talent, you can't see color, you don't know how to mix color, you can't do the job. And some patients are very anal. They want it perfect. And the worst ones are your front teeth. You think they would be easy, but no, because it sticks out like a sore thumb. So if you have no eye for the color or the talent to pull it off, you're screwed. And I used to do that just by looking at photographs because the patient couldn't come into the lab. So I would get photographs sent to me on my phone from the doctors, and I would match them up just by a photograph. So yeah, that's what kills me. And then I come to find out they ended up firing her. So I don't know who they stuck in there now, but hey, I wish them well, you know, and I get it. Business is business. And the manager and then they were all in a clique. I wasn't part of the clique. I went in there, did my job. I was friendly to people, and then I went home because I didn't want to hear drama. I didn't want to hear people's bull drama. And so I just sat in my corner and did my stuff and went home. So I think they kind of annoyed people because everybody, there was a couple of girls in there would come up to me and they would start blabbering about stuff. I go, nope, it's got nothing to do with the lab. I don't want to know about it. I don't want to know. I got my own problems. I don't want to know about it. But if you were in the know, I mean, if you were in the clique, you got away with a lot of stuff. And I was very outspoken as well, and they were a little shocked by that. So, if somebody did something, they wouldn't own up to it. They would blame it on somebody else. And me, if I did something, I'd say, nope, I did that, and I'll fix it. I'm not going to lie about it. What are you going to do? I own up to my mistakes. And it was like a house of chattering hens. Boy, the gossip and all that. I just say, oh, I used to tease them terrible. So, boy, don't you guys got anything else better to talk about than other people? Yeah, I don't like the drama either. That's why I don't allow it here. When people start doing the drama, I tell Steph to throw them out. Get them out. I technically got fired after being on leave for 2 years. It wasn't their fault, just the way it works. I couldn't physically do the job anymore. Yeah. Well, it was nice that they waited the 2 years. See, here in New York, they could fire you because they don't like what you're wearing. I mean, they don't need a legit reason. They could just do it. And because I told them, I said, well, don't being out on like a medical leave. Because I even asked the guy unemployment, medical leave. They go, no, they don't have to wait. So here you're thinking your job is safe because you're out on leave. You're not. They could just say, well, we don't feel like waiting for you. We're just going to replace you. And everybody is replaceable. Everybody. The one thing I do notice on this chat, though, is that maybe it's something I got to set up on here. They're not showing, like Steph is a mod, and they're not showing that she's a mod. So I have to look into the settings, Steph, and see how to correct that. Of course, I don't know if that's showing. It might be showing up on YouTube. You guys would have to let me know if that shows up on YouTube, because I'm watching from the Restream, not the YouTube page. So I don't know if it's showing up that she's a mod. It's showing, and actually, yeah, it's not even showing who's a member either on here. It's supposed to, I think. I'll have to look into the settings. Like I said, I just set this up last night, so I got to tweak it a little bit. But it should show that you guys are members, and that who's a mod. Okay, yes, it does show it on YouTube. Okay, great. So I just got to figure out how to do the settings here. So yeah, it's all still just all new, but it's really close to the StreamYard. So I'm liking it so far. And it has the same, like the regular chat, then it has private chat. And like I said, you could, add all kinds of little tchotchkes and stuff to it. So it's pretty cool. So hopefully eventually, as the channel grows and the magical money tree grows in my backyard, I could I could upgrade to the bigger one. Yes, Steph has the wrench. Okay, so yeah, it shows up on the YouTube. I just got to figure out how to get it on here. No, I'm not going to do it on the show. I'll push buttons later. I'm not that tech savvy. I'm pretty good. I have to admit, I'm pretty good, and what I don't know, I figure out eventually. So I might not be as quick as some, but I figure it out. Because I don't give up until I do, because it's really annoying. But like I said, like with the OBS and all that, everybody goes, "Well, go with it because it's free." OBS is so technical and too much to play around with. I don't want to be stressed out doing a show, figuring all that stuff out. I just want to be able to set it up, hit the live button, and hang out with you guys, and not worry about, oh wait, this, and this, and then I got to change 5 or 6 other things to have somebody come on screen with me, and then you got to have the extra streaming, and it's just, yeah, I don't want to deal with any of that garbage. I want 1, 2, 3 done. I'm on my laptop and can't remember how to do the emojis and stuff. Going back to the phone. Oh, I know that's the kicker, isn't it? When you switch from different devices, you're like, oh, I forgot how to do that on here. For the longest time, I had issues trying to screenshot on my phone. Sometimes it would work, sometimes I couldn't get. I'm like, what the hell's the problem here? So then my son had to show me. I'm thinking, man, you feel like you're an idiot. And then, it's my husband's really bad. My husband doesn't even have a smartphone. He wants nothing to do with it. He has got a flip phone, but then when somebody sends him a message on his phone, well, can you answer this for me? No, I'm not going to do that because then I got to do all that typing. I tell him, send it to my phone. And then this way I could, do what I got to do. And because that's easier. But he refuses to get the smartphone. I don't know how it works. Okay, whatever. I'm lucky he answers the phone. So that's a plus. Because he gets the bitching too. People call, you never answer the phone. I go, no, he doesn't. When he comes home, he throws it on the hutch in the kitchen and it stays there until he leaves in the morning again. He only has it so that he can contact me or if something happens and he needs help. Otherwise, he can give two craps about a phone. He finds it annoying when somebody calls. It takes him away from his game time when he when he gets home and gets on the computer. He won't answer it. It's terrible. My dog voicing her opinion. See, I don't even know if I could manage that on here. Adding emojis. I'll have to figure that out too. Of course, usually when I'm doing a show, I don't really type in anything anyways, but like I said, I'm still picking it apart, figuring out what everything does. I was checking out the Streamlabs, and that was, oh God. I think it's geared more towards OBS use and Twitter. The options on that one I didn't care for, and it was more expensive than this. And I'm thinking, okay, I'm gonna get just stuck paying for the StreamYard. And then when I found the Restream, I'm thinking, oh wait a minute, here we go, here we go. Hey Ace, how's it going? Welcome to the test show. So yeah, I'm glad I found this because it's something I could afford at the time, and it's just like StreamYard. So with maybe a little bit adjusting here and there. So I think this is the winner. Love it when it's simple. You'll get it figured out. Yeah, it's just going to take me a little while. And like I said, I was talking with Steph this morning. She goes, "You're going to go live?" I go, "Yeah, maybe I will. I'll do a test show and see how this thing works." And so far, I'm really happy with it. Like I said, the big test will be when I have a guest on. Actually, I should have contacted Bill, but he's probably sleeping. What the hell time is it? Oh, 10 o'clock. So I don't know if he's awake yet. I'd have him come on just for to see how it worked with a guest. I have to do it next time. Of course, I just checked the schedule to see who I've got coming up. Who do I got coming up? Oh, I don't have anybody until Wednesday. But I'd like to check it and test it before then. I'll have to do another pop-up, either morning thing and suck Bill in. Say, Bill, get up. So I could check this out. And there's a show I'm doing with Susan tomorrow, but we're going to be doing. She's still on the StreamYard until the 15th, so she's going to be doing online on StreamYard. So they ain't going to help out any. I mean, I even offered, to pay for half of what she was paying out for the StreamYard. And then when she told me, I'm like, oh no, I can't do that. I can't do that. I can't wait to see P and P in your live. Oh, okay. I had to think of who he was talking about. Oh yeah, that's when are they coming up? They are coming up the 24th. Yeah, that looks like it's gonna be a good one. And like I said earlier, when Ryan was on here, I don't know if he's still on here. I got contacted by a group that they're named the Bridgewater Triangle Paranormal Group. They reached out to me about submitting an article for the magazine and wanting to come on the show. So that should be pretty cool. Somebody who's actually there all the time and has many investigations in that area. So that should be fun. I'm going to set them up for October. Oh, they know you, Ace? Oh, good. It looks like a great group, fun. So yeah, we're gonna see how that goes. That's gonna be a good time. Well, it's always a good time. I always enjoy having people on. Of course, that's what I do. And it's nice when they do say yes, or people want to do it. When you reach out to a lot of the larger channels, I never even get a response. I mean, come on, man. You started where I started, at the bottom. you know, you show a little payback. Say, hey, sure, I'll come on. Why not? No, you don't even get a response to the email. Oh, they are awesome guys. Oh, that's great. Well, they look like they are. So I'm sure it's going to be fun. I really enjoy your live stream shows so much. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. And like I said, I'm always the floor is open. So anybody ever wants to come on the show, just let me know and I'll see where I could squeeze you in on the calendar. Bill's probably sleeping. I don't know. I think, well, no, because he's got to be up. I think he takes his girls to school in the morning. So he's either editing or in the garage. I don't know. He probably doesn't even know that I'm on. I should send him a message and tell him to wake up. Get his coffee and wake up. See, he was having issues too with StreamYard. They pretty much locked him out. And he doesn't even know why. Because he wanted to, when he was coming on the shows with us, he wanted to stream on his channel as well, so that everybody on his end could see it. And it wouldn't let him do it. And no matter what any of us tried to do, it wouldn't let us do it. So we don't, and he even made up a new account to try to, something with StreamYard just blocked him. So it's freaking ridiculous. So yeah. So now that we've got this new stuff going on, maybe it'll be easier. Oh, thanks, Pam. I enjoy having you guys on here. And I try to make it interesting, and that's the whole point I started, is because I wanted people to learn, and I wanted to learn from others as well. And I thought, how better than to just do an interview show? Have people come on, tell us about their experience in the field and their private experiences. Oh, thanks, Ace. I enjoy your stuff too. You'd be nice if you go on more often. It's nice when you take us on the tours of where you live, and that's pretty good. I know why, because he's Bill. That's why. Oh, I know. His ears must be burning now. Sounds like StreamYard just isn't a good fit. StreamYard is messing up, because no matter where I go on YouTube in a chat, somebody has brought it up and complained about it. It's ridiculous. And it's all the same, all the same beef. They can't afford to pay for that. $500 and something a year. I mean, it's a great service, but geez, it's not worth that. And now those small channels, we're not bringing in that kind of cash. We all might be lucky, bringing Beardo money. Maybe we, well, I'll jump on Beardo's stream. That's all. God willing that we all, get to that point, like he is, and the other guys that are up there. Thanks for sharing, Steph. I appreciate that. He works his butt off, and it's showing, and it's great. But the rest of us haven't gotten there yet. So $500 is a lot, especially if you don't have an outside income. And I don't know how the teams do it where they work full time, and then like the Ouija brothers, Griff works, and then they're doing filming, and then they're editing, and then the shows, and these people must be tired. Maybe they got too big too fast. I don't know, because I talk on it with all those other guys, but there are some that you'll see online that, oh wow, that's a great channel. I'd love to have them on. And I've never seen them on anybody else's shows either. They just don't answer people. So maybe they're either too big too fast, or they're just too big for their britches. Hey Jay, how's it going? Welcome. I don't like StreamYard. I rather use regular YouTube channel. It's better. See, I haven't streamed directly from YouTube, so I don't know how it works. I've never heard anybody. Actually, you're the first one I've heard, Ace, that says that they use stream right through YouTube. I mean, and I always try to pick channels that are struggling like me. They got low sub count, and they only need a few to get to that 500. So they say, well, come on, we'll get you on, and we'll, hopefully somebody will subscribe to you, and that's what we're here for, to help each other out, to help build each other up. I get it. When you get bigger, you make the bigger money, and but still, you got to remember, other people are trying to do the same thing, and you should help out. Yeah, Pam, he did. Yeah, he took a big chance. That is a big chance to give up your job and do full time, and you see it, that he works his butt off, and it's getting there. It's great. I mean, I've been watching him for a long time, and he's got up to that 60,000 pretty quick. But it's every day he's got something coming out or going on. And you got to work it, and it's not just paranormal. He's got the gaming thing and all of that. You got to mix it up. I got a lot of YouTube friends. They told me that. Oh, cool. So there are a lot of people that prefer just to go through the YouTube. Well, actually, I'm going to figure that out soon, find that out soon, because if I go out later into those new cemeteries that we discovered, I'm going to have to do it on my phone. So it's going to have to be through YouTube. So we'll see. I don't know what the plan is later yet. I'm still up in the air. Hello, Sir Wayne. Good morning. We were talking about you, Wayne. Did you feel it in the forest? Was there a disturbance in the forest? What do you think, Wayne? New streaming. What do you think? This is more of a community than you see in a lot of YouTube land. It is. I think we got a great group of people. I mean, I consider you guys, friends, and it's, when you go on other ones, it's cold. It's not the same. I got told by Crystal. Okay, see, she saw it. She saw it in her crystal balls. Because we were talking tea, Wayne. I plan on doing a video later, making my tea. That's if something else don't happen and I get stuck doing something else. That's usually what goes on. I have a plan set for the day, and then something screws me over, and I I don't get to it. Hold on quick, guys. My husband's calling. I just want to tell him I'm on live, and I'll be right back. Chat amongst yourselves. Okay, guys, sorry. I had to make answer the phone quick for my husband. I'm here. I'm here. I'm sorry. Who popped in and what did I miss? Let's see. Hi, Raven. How are you doing? Welcome to the test stream. Let's see. What did you buy, Wayne? Anything good that you can share? Yes. I was being drilled if you had sent any biscuits, Wayne, with the tea. And I said no, but it was wonderful that you thought of me and sent the tea. So I'm very grateful. How forgetful of me. I just, yeah, I don't, what kind of biscuits do you guys have with tea? I never, I don't have anything in the house that I would have with it. I haven't gone shopping yet. Hello, Giselle. Welcome. Oh, actually, I've been doing the morning brew a couple times a week, but today is a test run on a new streaming platform. So I'm checking to see how it works and if everybody likes it and if it's a good fit. And it seems to be running pretty smooth so far. I mean, you guys have no complaints, right? And of course, I had to explain to everybody what's going on because of the price raises in all of the streaming platforms. I can't afford it, and I was actually on the verge of having to shut my show down between, not the streaming platforms and everything, and that I got to pay for to make the show run. I just didn't have it in the budget, so I found this, and it seems to be working. So that'll be a great relief. I like rich tea biscuits for tea and love malted milk for coffee. Rich tea. I'll have to look that up. Oh, thanks, Ace. I appreciate it. Hello, hello, Sage. How are you this morning? Also, I had to put out there about the change in the magazine, guys. So all of you that have just come in, I don't know if you've seen the post. Uh, because of not getting any submissions from the community, I've been doing all of the work on the magazine myself. Um, and it was a long, hard decision. I was thinking about it for months, and I had to make it for members only. Between the cost and the work, it just got to be too much. So, and I don't want to shut down the magazine. I'd like to continue with it. I might shorten it up because a lot of people suggested I shorten it up. But I figured, to pay back, my members, I made the magazine members only. So if you want to read the magazine, you got to be a member. And if things change down the road, then I could always switch it back. But I've got to do what I got to do to keep the show going. Wow, getting a party going on in here. Yeah, we are. It's Friday morning. What a better day than to have a party. Started early. See, rich tea biscuits are very dry. Only works with tea. Oh, okay. And I know you guys call your biscuits are cookies, right? Because we call them cookies. You guys call them biscuits. So just like a light, delicate type of a cookie. Is it what you guys would have with tea? I like shortbreads. Or the butter cookies. You get in a tin. Did you guys have those? Oh, those are the bomb. And I think they're Dutch. Dutch butter cookies. Space's cookies are cookies. I also bought myself a classic cult movie called Visiting Hours. Great movie. I think I heard of that. That's what I thought. Yeah. Cookies and biscuits, same thing. Yep. Wayne, you can't dunk them in coffee or hot chocolate. I only dunk in milk. I do have family members that dunk in coffee, but I don't, and nobody around here dunks in tea. But milk or chocolate milk, they dunk in. And it's usually like those or is it Danish? Dutch? I don't know. It's Dutch, it's butter cookies. They come in a blue and silver tin. And they're shortbread cookies with the sugary top. Oh, they're great. Even Athena likes them. When she sees Mama with the tin, she comes on the run and she wants her cookie. The magazine thing was a good kick in the butt for me to get on the laptop and update membership. No worries from my standpoint. Oh, thank you, Pam. Because I'm hoping everybody enjoys the magazine. I mean, but there was a guilt factor because it's a community-based thing. That's how I want it to be. But like I said, it got to be where I wasn't getting any submissions, maybe one or two, and then it's 120 pages long. So it takes me the entire month to the end of the deadline to put it all together and get it out to print so that I can have it ready for you guys on the 1st. So it's a lot of research, a lot of reading, So yeah, editing, and I'm a big fan of editing. Designing the pages, picking out people for the cover, and all of the little special things that I have in there, getting people in for those. And then, getting on them about sending in, their short little bios or all of that. And I don't want to be a bother, but so yeah, it's a big, big, big pain in the cheeks, but I like doing it. So, hey, Mark, how's it going? You made a video on the whole biscuit thing. Oh, you did. I gotta look. Is it still up? I've got to check that out. The dollar store here carries small cans. Yes, yes, they're terrible. We have a store here called Aldi's. I don't know if you guys are familiar with it. They have the big tins. I get the big one. Pam, is bad, and that's the snack for me and the dog at night. Yes, yes, yeah. Everybody uses the tin for the sewing stuff. Yep. Oh my god. You're right, Steph. Yep. When you were done, the tin was used for a sewing box. That's funny. But they're like the best cookies. I know I had no, no, I didn't chase anybody. Like I said, I always feel bad when I say, "Oh, please be a member," because you feel like a beggar. People want to be a member if they want to be a member, but that's how this thing works in YouTube. You got to get the members. You got to put it out there. Oh, I think it's privatized about 98% of my stuff. Oh, but that's funny though. The biscuit thing, yeah. Oh yes, Costco. Well, we have the extension of Costco, or the sister to Costco would be like BJ's or Sam's Club here, and they have the giant tins. Oh, it's the devil. It's the devil. And the thing is, my son and his girlfriend know that I love them. So once in a while, when they go shopping, and the next day I know a tin shows up in my kitchen, they drop it off. It's like, yeah, donate to mom's big behind. Give her the butter cookies. Donna has her own sewing box. Gets used once every 2, 3 years. Oh, jeez. I'm in the process of sewing right now. I'm trying to finish fixing up my costume for a Halloween show, and um, I was doing it by hand. And last night I told my husband, I said, I need to just stop being lazy, pull out the sewing machine, and get this crap over with because it's killing my hands. And yeah, I got to get it done. Hopefully, it comes out the way I'm envisioning it. So far, so good. Yeah, I know. Make it unprivate, Mark, so that the people need to know about the biscuits. I used to have just a lovely friend that lived in the UK, and God rest her. She passed a while ago. I miss her dearly. Um, we used to have conversations like this because I would ask her, well, what's and I'd always just tease her. I said, if I come to the UK, her and I were going to go have tea with the Queen. And that's when we get on subjects about tea and the names of things, and the difference between what we would call something and what they would call something. So she was help educating me on the difference. It was fun. Yeah, it's basically one half of my panel being British, telling the other half being American that they are wrong. Oh, excuse me, wrong about them being cookies. With ever more random and hilarious. Oh, geez, yeah, we need to see that. Jammies can't remember proper name. And it's the same thing. Australia, it could be called something else, right? Compared to what everybody else is calling it. That it's just so funny. Yeah. Steph, the spawn of Satan, little girl. Yeah, it's right. Them little girls on the corner. with those Samoa cookies. Blast them all. We love those frozen. We get a couple of boxes, throw them in the freezer. I'll see if I can figure out which one it was. Other versions, though other versions exist, you could say the dunking biscuit thing spilled out onto other channels. Oh, geez, that's got to be good. Oh, you guys don't get the Girl Scout cookies over there? Oh boy, they're the devil. Everybody's got their favorites. I like the Samoas. I don't even know if they're called Samoas anymore. I think they changed it because it was, wasn't politically correct. But the ones with the caramel and chocolate and the little bit of coconut. And I don't like coconut, but when you put those in the freezer, oh, and we eat them frozen. We love them. And then I like the lemonades. Those are good. And of course the shortbreads. Yes, Girl Guides biscuits. Oh, okay. So you guys have them in Australia, the Girl Scout cookies. Your blood sugar rises just seeing them. I know. Get away from my house, you little brat. And now, because I have friends that, the kids are in it and they'll contact me. You want cookies? Yeah, give me a couple boxes. Or yeah, if we see them in front of a store, okay, give us a couple of boxes. So by the time you get done, all your friends and their kids selling, you end up with like 20 boxes of cookies. The Jaffe Cake one is funny. Entire live stream dedicated, claiming to have for $3.99 is calling him a liar. Oh, yeah, you're gonna have to put them out there so we can see. It's like the one time with my friend there, I said that I made pasties. Now everybody in America knows what a pasty is. It's a pudding-filled pastry. It's like a mini pie type thing. The dough has a sweet flavor to it, and then on the inside you put in the pudding of your choice. So it would be chocolate, vanilla, lemon, raspberry, whatever pudding flavor you like, you put in there. And she asked me the question. She goes, "Well, what's pudding?" And I was like shocked because I'm thinking she doesn't know what pudding is. They don't have pudding in England. So I was trying to figure out how to explain to her what pudding was. And the closest thing I could think of would maybe be custard. I told her. I said, because I'm not sure, but I think the closest thing would be custard. Because you guys don't have Jello pudding out there. Mark, to be fair, a lot of British foods have funny names. Yeah, when I don't know what something is, I Google it and try to figure out what are they talking about. Like you guys like beans on toast. And I thought to myself when I first heard that, I'm like, ew. Ew. I still haven't tried. Hey, there he is. Hello, Bill. The new stream. What do you think, Bill? I actually was going to have you come on just to see how it looks with a guest. I like those wafer cookies. They come in vanilla, chocolate, and strawberry. Oh, yeah, those are good too. Those are good too. The wafer cookies. Oh my God, I haven't had those in forever, Bill. The wafer cookies. My coworkers' daughters are cookie dealers. I always have to buy them and get my fix. Yeah, I know. It's pretty good to cookie dealers. That's funny. And I could just picture him walking around with a trench coat, opening it up, and it's lined with Girl Scout cookies. Thin mint. That's funny. Pam says, "Well, yes, I've had those discussions on Fantastique's channel." Yeah, because you want to know what they like you guys call chips is French fries here, and crisps are potato chips here. So it's funny. I try to educate myself because then there'll be times my husband will ask me a question. I'm like, no, this is what that is. Well, what do they call it that for? Because that's what they call it. And I also watch on YouTube, they have guys that go around to schools, and I know you guys have seen these videos where they give British kids American food and snacks and have them try them. And some of these kids just like love it or they hate it. And it's really funny. They have those wafer cookies at the Dollar Tree. Oh, do they? God, yeah, it's been like forever since I've had those cookies. One of the videos I seen there with those kids where they introduced them to American chicken wings. And boy, he had one kid, he pretty much licked the bowl. He says, now I can't go back to eating chicken here. He goes, because it's going to be sad. Girl Scout cookie trench coat. Yeah. Can you picture it? Like in the streets of New York City. Kid standing behind an alley, opens like, hey, you looking for cookies? I've got, lemonades if you want them. I got box of Thin Mints. It's funny. Yeah, Dollar Tree's getting a big selection of all those good. See, I stay away from that stuff. So that's why it's been years since I had the wafer cookies. But now that you mentioned it. Or what are those other ones called? Oh crap. The animal crackers or something, and they have the frosting on them. Is that what they're called? Animal crackers? Correct me if I'm wrong. And they come in like a big bag, and it's like a gingerbread cookie with the strawberry frosting. Oh god. Yeah, I see. I can't buy that stuff. Or the kettle corn that they sell here, which is caramel popcorn. Ugh. I have to avoid that too because I'll eat the whole bag. It is so addicting. So when I see it, I go, look, it's the devil popcorn. Keep driving. Keep going. Okay, Bill, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, they're good. It's like a light gingerbread cookie in animal shapes, and they have the strawberry frosting on them. And you can get them in a bag full. I mean, it's a pretty big bag. And I think it's been like 2 years since I bought one. Because you just sit there. And I'll be on the computer and I do that. I'll sit there and you're munching away. And next thing you know, half the bag is gone. And it's bad. Having some British ancestors not too far back, we grew up with a lot of very British type foods. I used to watch the Two Fat Ladies. You guys have to be familiar with them. I loved those ladies. And the food that they would make, I'm like, oh, look, like where our kids would get like, pizza for lunch. These kids were getting a full course meal. Oh my God, yes, they're hard to find. Oh, the animal crackers, Bill? Snatcheries. Walmart has them too. When I discovered them at Snatcheries, I'm like, oh crap. That's the last time I bought them. And that was a couple of years ago. So I avoid that aisle where George goes right to it because George loves his snacks. I'm always grabbing, the fruit. He's grabbing cookies. Oh, the demon boys known as Boy Scouts sell the tins of caramel and yes. Oh, I avoid them. The caramel corn. But this is the kettle corn. We get it. People make it up and put it in big long bags. You'll see that like at fairs and stuff. And when you're going up the mountain to go up towards, the lakes and this and that, there's a couple of people that are on the side of the road that sell it. One woman, she doesn't speak English. I don't know if she's Ukrainian or something like that, but her daughter helps her with. She makes a fortune because she's right at the gateway of the Adirondacks. and it's right on and it's big parking lot. People pull right in. Even the state troopers I've seen pull in there, grab a couple of bags, and then they hit the road. And like I said, I could sit and eat. You have to stop yourself because you'll eat the whole bag. So yeah, I call it the devil popcorn. I get my animal-shaped milk digestive biscuits. Yeah, they sell the bags at farmers markets here. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, the animal crackers, yeah, we're talking they're little mini, like, gingerbread cookies shaped like animals, and they have strawberry frosting on them. And I don't know, I don't know the size. It's a pretty big bag. So it might be similar to what you're talking about, Wayne. But yeah, that corn and, just all this crap that we shouldn't eat. But we gotta have, something nice once in a while. There was also a Canadian ghost hunting show called something like Two Fat Ladies, Not Sure. Oh, I don't know. I never heard of that. Yeah, these were they were, it was a British, cooking program, and it was the Two Fat Ladies. Oh, they were a hoot. Man, were they a hoot. That's where I learned what Bubble and Squeak was. Um, it's just a lot of the British foods. That's what I learned by watching the Two Fat Ladies. You look them up on YouTube. They still have their videos up. They both passed, poor dears. One at the end of the show, every show, the one lady, she cracked me up. They drove around a motorcycle with a sidecar, and the one lady would always end the show. They would end with a chat talking about the meal, and the lady had a drink and a cigarette. Oh, was it one of the woman's name was Clarissa? Oh, I can't remember the other one's name. And they would go to like the local farms and all that and get their ingredients and then go back to where they were. And they would cook for people. So, like, say they would go to an abbey or this or boys' school or whatever, and they would do the cooking right there for the people. And they would show us how they did it and how it turned out. And it was a great show. I'm starting to work out again. I need to exercise. Good for you, Bill. You know what? Actually, all you got to do, Bill, is just walk around your property. I mean, if you want to build up muscle mass, then yeah, pump the iron. But just to keep fit, I learned that from my chiropractor a long time ago. She says you don't have to do all this crazy stuff. You walk for 15 minutes a day, and that's all you really need to keep yourself in shape, keep yourself healthy, keep everything working. We have our state fair called the BE Eastern State Exposition starting here in a few days. That's the devil's playground for food. Oh, yeah, I'm sure. You're going to have to take pictures. Probably all that deep fried ooey gooey stuff and barbecue and yes, Spain, Jennifer. Yep, Jennifer and Clarissa. Yes. Great show to watch. Because I remember the first time I heard a Bubble and Squeak, I'm like, what the hell is that? I've got to watch that. Anything with a name like that, you got to figure out what it is. Yep, that's them. Yep. And Jennifer was the one that always had the drink and the cigarette. Yeah, it was a show. Yeah, and I watch I watched the shows on YouTube. I mean, I always did. I haven't seen one in a while. I go on a binge and I'll rewatch them. But a lot of butter they used, a lot of oh geez. And even though there was a lot of the dishes that they made that I wouldn't eat because I didn't care for them, but they were beautifully done. So it would have make me want to try it. There was one that they did that I thought was really cool and I never got to try. It was called a shooter's sandwich. She took a loaf of bread, they gutted it out, and they fried a steak, and it wasn't completely done, and they would stuffed it inside the bread cavity, and with sauteed mushrooms and onions, and then sopped up the bits in the pan from the steak with the bread guts, stuffed those in, put the end back on, wrapped it up, and then weighted it down with bricks and let it sit for like hours. And then they sliced it up and served it. It looked so good. It's something so simple. Yes. Yeah. We used to watch them on PBS. Yes. I have an Olympic weight bench I need to use again. There you go. I used to lift weights when I was in school. And then George used to do, well, of course, George used to do all that stuff too. My man was pretty buff. Now we're lucky we can lift a fork. Excuse me, Jennifer died some time ago. Yes, she did. Actually, of cancer. Go figure. She smoked a lot. But she always lived by the rule. It was her life. She was going to enjoy it. She wasn't like the rest of the prim and proper young ladies. She did things on her own terms, and hats off to her. Excuse me. Actually, the Clarissa just died not too long ago. Actually, but great show. If you guys have never seen it, they're freaking funny. Just the funniest pair, and it was a great cooking show. And like I said, if you didn't know what a lot of British foods were, that's the show to watch. So what'd you do? Just get up, Mr. Bill? Or did you take the girls in today? I know school started officially. Were they thrilled, or they're just like, oh, whatever? Some kids were, great that it started. Other kids are like, no. But yeah. Summer vacay is over. I didn't even get to go swimming this year. And I love the water, and I haven't even done that. I'm hoping that the weather holds out. I'm going to take off with my son for a couple of days, him and his girlfriend, and I'm hoping to dip my toes in the water. Sorry, guys, I have a tickle my throat. My mates used to joke about me weightlifting by saying if the house wasn't creeped down, I'd lift the house up too. Ah, strong man Wayne. Oh, Michelle's takes it so not to wake me up. Oh. Yeah, when did you go to bed? It's 4? Bill living the nightlife. You're going to become one of those like troll creatures that live in the basement, man. Your eyes are going to get really big. You'll be afraid of light. Hello, James. Welcome. Even though I went to bed early, I still didn't fall asleep until after midnight. Off to work soon. Oh, no. That was in my mid-30s. Not now. Oh, come on. You're still strong, man, Wayne, right? Muscle Man Wayne. I'll always tease my husband, because yeah, he doesn't lift weights anymore either. So he's not, big and bulky like he used to be. And so I'll grab his arm and I go, "Ooh, feel that gun." He go, "Oh, shut up." But yeah, Bill, you were pretty buff though too. I remember when I first met Bill, he was, yeah, all muscles and had those girls chasing him. I used to do smaller weights, but got lazy. Same with martial arts. Did it for years. Got bored again. I always wanted to do martial arts. I just never did it. Yeah, Raven's lurking. Lurky turkey Raven. Of course, Raven doesn't sleep, so she's here, floating here in internet space. I actually had I knew a few people. Actually, I started training with martial arts. I have a friend who is I don't know what degree it is, but he's a black belt. And him and his brother had a school, and um I started doing stuff with him, and then he ended up selling everything and moving out of the area. So that put the end of the lessons. Because I thought it was a good thing just to learn. Especially nowadays, you can't even go out shopping without some weirdo either following you or being afraid of being grabbed. So I think it's good that women should learn some kind of defensive trainings to protect themselves. Yeah, she's there. She's lurking. I actually forgot to shut my computer off last night. Over 20 people? Wow, that was the big class. Wow. Oh, we must be blocked from each other. Who's blocked? Bill? You gotta let me know if there's any issues because like I said, this is the test stream, so I gotta know what's working and what's not. Nobody, male or female, should go out anywhere feeling unsafe. You're right, Wayne. And as the years go by, it gets worse in our area. A friend of mine posted that a friend of hers was going to Walmart and she was being followed around Walmart by some guy. And then when her and her daughter went out into the parking lot, the guy was in his vehicle watching them. And he was circling the parking lot. So he had some bad intentions. So she ended up going back into the store and telling security, and then they called the police. And then the police had to go chasing after him. So apparently he planned on snatching them. And this is in the daytime in a Walmart parking lot. All right, let's see. It must be black from each other. I could see everyone, I think. I could see her in your window, but not in chat. All right, she's coming up in chat on both for me, Bill. So I'll have to make a note of that. Did you block Raven, Bill? For shame. Because I didn't touch anything. So, and is everybody showing up? Of course, you guys are watching on the YouTube channel. So I don't have the YouTube channel pulled up to see what the chat looks like. James says you could hear Raven circling above. You know what that circling means? They're hunting and getting ready to dive. You better look out, James. Okay, Pam can see Raven. I had a guy do that last year to my youngest daughter. Told her, don't drive home because I'll go to jail. Drive right to the police station, which is right up our street. Yeah, that's the you go right up to the police station. Oh, Wayne can see everybody. Okay, Bill, what's going on? Of course, Bill just set up his new computer, so maybe it's a setting on your end, Bill. I don't know. Let me know. We'll figure it out. Yeah, I got followed once when I was a teenager. And I was watching the guy. He was in a car behind me, and I was walking home, and it wasn't too late, but it was, like dusk. And then what I was watching him out of the corner of my eye. And then as I got up to one of the local school areas, he pulled in and parked by the side of the road. I'm thinking, oh no, you don't. So I turned around and ran back to my friend's house and called my father, said, come pick me up. I've got some creep following me. And of course, we called the police. He took off. You call the police, but the guy took off. Oh, my eye is going bananas. Allergies. Give me a break. Go away. Bill could have accidentally blocked or snoozed her. I don't know. It could have been accidental. Can you see Bill, Raven? So we've got to figure out. Could have been done by accident or a setting somewhere isn't working. That's why I did the test. Did the test show this morning to work out all the bugs. Oh, looks like I'll be popping some Benadryl. It's gonna be an allergy kind of day. Okay, let me catch up. I keep getting told an internal error has occurred. You have Spange? Uh-oh. Am I going to have problems? All right, James. Have a great day. I know I need food too. We don't have nothing in here. And Ghost Wiener needs to go to the store. Okay, buy us some groceries, Ghost. Oh, Bill, okay, Raven says she can see you. That's a YouTube issue, Spange. Okay, yeah, because I have nothing popping up on here. Everything seems to be running smooth. Okay, Bill, and yeah, if you heard me, Raven can see you, but you can't see her. Interesting. Oh. Technology. Yeah, the good old Benadryl. I'll be popping one. My eyes drive it. It's watering and burning. And it's not the usual eye. Now it's the other eye. So, oh, that's right. You guys are in the spring. So, yeah, good luck with that. Yeah, since spring happened here, from spring all the way through summer, which I never had that problem. This year, my eyes were just insane. Oh, oh, like I said, it's probably a settings thing. Who knows? Yes, Raven can see you, Bill. Oh no, Pam. Yeah, and that's the medicine you want to be able to help. This one I'm not allergic to, so thank goodness. Okay, she switched accounts, Bill. She wants to know if you can see her now. That's so weird. Yeah, Bill, let's see. Bill, are you on all messages or just top chat? Yeah, see if that changes, Bill. Switch it to all messages. Because she switched to the other account to see if she shows up on your end. She's showing up on here. You both are. Oh, okay. He's gonna restart. Maybe, like I said, he just set up his new computer that his son built him. So it might be a technical thing on his end. Okay, Bill. We'll wait for you to come back. Yeah, he's gonna restart Raven and see if that's the issue. I mean, he might have accidentally. Oh, he saw you the other night when you were on. So it just something went loopy. Yeah, I always make sure mine is set like live chat or the all chat because yeah, you don't catch everything. And that's awful that nobody told you about that medication. So you ended up finding out the hard way, right? I accidentally deleted someone's comment when I was on the phone. It's so easily done. Yeah, I forgot who it was. I accidentally blocked them or timed them out because when I was carrying my phone and it was on and the show was on and I had it up against my chest, so I boob blocked them. Because when I look back at it, they go, "Oh, it says that Laura, Ross, I blocked him." I go, "I didn't block anybody," but there it was that I did it, so I accidentally hit it. When I was carrying the phone because my hands were full. A lot of chats, miss people change to all chat. YouTubes are being ticky. Yeah, it's that was me. Yeah, you're carrying it in your arm, and you get your hands full, and yeah, you end up blocking somebody, and you're like, oh wait a minute, I didn't do that. Or when people like butt dial somebody. So, oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, that was it. Was you, Raven? That's right. I felt so bad. I was like, oh my God, I didn't mean it. And see, that's a bad habit I have. Instead of making 2 trips, I just scoop everything up and go to the next room. Or I'll throw my phone in my pocket, and I carry everything else. Just do it all in one trip. Okay, now he can see you. Okay. Yeah, you got boob blocked. That's what it was too. All right, could you see her on the regular account as well, Bill? Do you see? Yeah, my phone fell down the side of a recliner block. Yeah, I know. The screen is so touchy. So see, Raven, you can say that you were boob blocked. That's all. Not many people could say that. Yes, I figured it out after sneezing when eating. Every time I didn't, a couple of nights went through and it was different. And I hadn't taken antihistamines 15 minutes before I ate. Oh, yeah. But see, that's the thing, though. You don't know if nobody knows the medical history of the family, and then you take the stuff, and then you end up, oh God, always in the emergency room. That's where I always end up. Um, so you got like a list of stuff, or I end up calling like the poison control center or the hospital ER desk, and say, well, this is what's going on. Should I come in or what should I do? And they usually tell me what to do. And now it's happened so much, I know all the signs and whether I need to go to the emergency room or not, or just take the allergy pill and wait the 15, 20 minutes. And then usually I'm pretty good. With my fat fingers, I'm always pressing the wrong buttons. Never blocked anyone yet, I don't think. Yeah, I got that problem too, Wayne. That's why I don't like to type on my phone. I just talk into it, but then it types out the wrong stuff. And my bad is I don't proofread it before I hit send. So then I got to send another message apologizing for the screwed up message. One of these days I will sleepwalk someone. Keep falling asleep with the phone in my hands. Oh, I'm guilty of that too. Phone in my hands and glasses on my face. And I'll wake up like an hour later and the glasses are all askew and the phone's like hanging. I'm like, oh, geez, it's time for bed. No one thought to mention it. It was my cousin. Oh, geez. See, well, at least now you know. See, I always try to, I always make it a point to, what is everybody in the family allergic to? Or what medical issues do they have? And, so this way I could either check it off the list, or keep an eye out for it. Of course, I never had any allergies growing up. The older I get, the more allergies I have. So it's the opposite. Usually you grow out of allergies. I'm growing into allergies. It's ridiculous. When I go to a new doctor's office and they'll ask me those questions, I go, it's the shorter list is what I what I don't have than what I do have. Yeah, I have refused sleeping tablets. Not game enough. My mom runs around like she's had speed. Oh my. Oh my. I was given sleeping tablets because I don't have rested sleep because of the fibro. But then I don't take them because I'm worried because I'm always getting up to go to the restroom. So I'm afraid of having an accident. So I don't take the sleeping pill because I don't want to be sleeping and then, wet the bed. So you got to give up one for the other. I'd rather go without the sleep than, you know, having an accident. Then I got to clean it all up. I still can't. What the F? I don't know. Yeah. That's weird. That's you got to figure that one out. That's weird. Yeah, did they did you change it to all chat, Bill? Raven said to check your block list. Maybe she was accidentally blocked. Yeah, because everybody could see her. You seen her on the other account, but not this one. So you must have hit something by mistake. He'll figure it out. It's maybe you accidentally hit block. We've done it. That's why I move really slow with the mouse now because it's you end up with clicking on the wrong thing. You're like, oh crap. Weird blaming on a poltergeist. There you go. Yeah, ain't tech grand. Oh, it's marvelous. This is marvelous, darling. This is when you go in somewhere like go in to the stores and stuff, and they have to do stuff with the computers, and it's always messed up. And I tell them, this isn't technology great. I said it was supposed to make things, easier for everybody. In some aspects, it does. In other ways, it's like, oh, forget it. I'm not going to deal with it. I walked into my newest doctor's and asked if he treated complex medical issues. He had me tell him everything. He smiled and laughed and said, "Oh, you're not that bad." He made me smile. I liked him. Oh, that was nice of him. Yeah, they'll always say, "Well, what are you allergic to?" Or what. And I'll say, you should have the list, but I said the other list is shorter. So it's especially with the list of medications I can't touch. I said, "Well, no, you guys got all of that." They'll look it up. They go, "Oh," and I go, "Yeah, it's pretty long." And then, of course, then they ask you, "Well, what does it do? Why do this, and this?" And I say, "It's a good question." And it stinks because it's medication allergies. So it's tough that when you got procedures done or something done and you need medication, and then they got to figure out what they could give you. Like when I had my gallbladder out, my husband had pain medication. He was up in a day and a half, ready to roll. Me, it was over a week because I couldn't take the pain medication, and it was awful. And of course, it was because of the fibromyalgia that made it more intense. It took forever. And I was so upset because I'm thinking, oh, my husband just got up, went back to work. Me, I can't even get out of a chair. So I went, oh, if I'm not that bad, I feel for your other patients. I know, I know. And I always try to keep in mind, there's tons of people out there that got it worse than I do. So I had to just be grateful, which I am. And I say thank you every morning that I'm allowed to open my eyes and enjoy my day. I'll check after the show on my computer. I can't figure this crap out on my phone. Sorry to every. Oh, that's okay, Bill. So we'll just translate everything that Raven says so that you don't miss out on anything. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm getting a little stuffy now too. So yeah, I'm gonna have to pop an allergy pill. I had a lung density test done today. Female doctor. It was much nicer. Oh, nice. Yeah. It's a bit sometimes you gotta the female doctors are really nice because they do understand and they're more caring. And then you've got some that are just cold. And you're like, geez. Oh, Spage, I'm sorry. Yeah, fibro stinks. It just stinks. Well, yeah, that's true. She said you could see her on the screen. So there you go. You won't miss nothing, Bill. It's got to be a setting on his end. Got a doctor calling me in the morning. I had somebody calling me from something, doctor, medical office. Look at 8 o'clock this morning. I said, I'm not answering the phone. It's too early for that stuff for me. I'm sorry. Leave a message. I need my mental meds. I think we all need one of those pills once in a while. You do things and then you're really into it. And then when things get all messed up and then you ask yourself, why do I do this to myself? Why do I put myself through the stress, the anxiety? Why do you got to do it? Cheers. It's all part of my routine, I guess. Yeah, see, that's what our golden years. We all have a routine now. Isn't it marvelous? I mean, the best part of not having to be able to go to work, of course, you miss the income, but it's not living by the alarm clock. I just love. You wake up when you want naturally and then start your day. And then you don't have to, oh, well, I've got to hurry up because I got to be back here or be there. Yeah, you don't have to if you don't want to. That's the beauty of it. I found that a lot of folks in this community either have ADHD or fibro. Yeah, yeah, you're right, Pam. That's the truth. But it's terrible that we have these issues, but it's great that we are all in the same community because then we understand each other and what we have to deal with. For years you have to hear how, that the fibro is all in your head. So you appreciate it that the people understand what you're going through. Okay, I can't find the one with the biscuits or the Jaffa cakes. Oh no. See, you got us all excited. Mark, you tease. When we were young, you'd get stoned or drunk. Now you can't get up to take your meds and have all of the same side effects. Well, you're right, Sage. It's terrible. Or like, when you're young, you just spring right up and take right off. Now you're old, you get up, you make there's sound effects that go with it. Or when you sit down, you're like, oh, I don't remember doing that at 20. I have neither. I've got mental health issues. I'm so sorry for that, Raven. But it's something that you're gonna have to work through and uh and do the best that you can with it. I have to get them together and stream a rematch. Yeah, yeah, so we could see COPD and anxiety this way. It sucks. I'm not working. Workplace injury in lawyer's hands. More stress. Yes. When you got to deal with the lawyers and comp and work and all that, yeah, it's very stressful. I because my case is under comp as well. Do the back injury and my arms and it's been open for over 30 years. And I have to keep it open just in case something happens. And that'd be nice if I got more money out of the deal. But they send you a joke every couple of weeks. Yes, it's good to find folks that get falling asleep in the middle of a live stream. So yeah, I've almost done that. Well, actually, no, I can't say almost. I have done that, but it's also, we don't sleep at night. Our sleep patterns are terrible because of pain issues. So then, when your body just pretty much has enough, you pass out no matter what you're doing, which is bad. And I've done that where late at night, I'll lay in bed, and that's my habit after I'm done and shut everything down, and I'll like watch Jimmy or something like that. And his voice alone just kind of lulls me into sleep. And that's when I wake up an hour later with, the phone still in my hand and the glasses all cockeyed. And then the show's over. I do it all the time. We're with you, Raven. It's tough. We get it. I have a few friends that have mental health issues, and you just got every day is a new day, sweetie. And you're strong. You're a strong young girl. You always think positive. I know it's hard. You have so many wonderful gifts that you could share with the world, and you got to look at it that way. Just like when you were on the show the other night, you were there's no need to be nervous. We're all friends here. You did a great job. Everybody loved it. You were fantastic. It's 1:23 a.m. here. Happy Saturday. I know you're time warped. It's already Saturday at Dee's house. That's so freaky. Raven, I have mental stuff too. Some caused by other stuff. Some from before. Yeah, and the fibro affects that as well too, Pam. It's a lot of people with fibro. We depression issues. Yeah, Laura, it's easier said than done. Yeah, it is. It is easier said than done. It is, but that's the part where you gotta coach yourself and realize that you could do this. You can do this. And she's got all of us as a support system. So don't ever think you're alone because you're not. Any one of us in the chat be willing. You're having a bad day. Hit somebody up in a chat. Excuse me. Good morning, Miss Cree. Hello, hello. She says, I haven't been there because a friend of mine struggles with mental health issues, and we just talked for about 2 hours because she's struggling. Yeah, the support system is very important. So see, you're not alone. Everybody's with you, Raven. We're all with you. So I'm saying when somebody's missing from chat, I generally worry because like, okay, they've been gone for an awful long time. And then I start sending out, inquiries to other people and then messages to them as well. It's, you want to make sure everybody's okay. So don't ever think that when you're not in the chat and nobody notices that you're not, we notice that you're not here. See, Wayne's free to chat. Yeah, Wayne's a great chatter. I chat with Wayne a lot. It's nice to know that you've got somebody that's there with you, and it's good. The support system is important. Even if somebody just messages and say, "Hey, good morning," have a great day. Like now, I'll send really silly grifts to people. Just the weirdest, funniest stuff, just to make them start the day with a laugh. And I do that if I find out, somebody's having a bad day. I send them something just to make them laugh. Humor is very healing. let's see. I'm waiting for an appointment for a biopsy. Found something suspicious, and a mammogram has me nervous when the doc says 30%. It might be cancer. Okay, 30%'s not bad. Hopefully it's clean and it's good to go, Sage. But I always tell, and I know this is easier said than done, because I say this to my husband, I say this to myself. Don't worry until the doctor says, okay, you need to worry. Because our imaginations is what makes us crazy. And we'll all say prayers that, you come back with a good report from the mammogram. And the problem is, when we get older, we get lumps and bumps, and we're not sure, and uh, it's scary. I actually just recently went through that myself. Of course, I didn't tell anybody about it, but it was, certain signs were a little weird, and then I gave it some time and found out it was something else. So, I had to keep kicking out the idea. Okay, this might be bad news. So our imaginations, and don't Google medical Google stuff online either. That's just awful, because it always ends up showing you the worst case scenario, and then we all think we're dying. It's terrible. My husband was guilty. I said, stop doing that. Just go to the doctor. We know about anxiety and depression long before ADHD, and then added with the fibro. Wonderful mix. I just had to learn to make it mine and say, you may be a part of my life, but I'm still in control. Amen to that. There you go, Pam. That's right. We all have a medical issue of some sort at some point in our lives, and then when you have all of these other issues, and then you dump something else on top of it, which is horrible, totally horrible. And you just have to make that mental note. Listen, I'm going to get up and I'm going to enjoy the day that was given me to the best of my ability. And I always remember there's people out there that have way worse than we do. I mean, at least we're up and moving around. There's people that can't even get out of a bed or can't talk, can't take care of themselves at all. It's, so we have to be grateful, because my husband can sometimes be a downer, because he always thinks on the negative side. And I tell him, you know what, be grateful that you got up this morning, and could have your cup of coffee. The rest of the day, it's up to you whether you're going to make it a good day or a bad day. Because there's going to be a day where we don't wake up, and that's it. Then we become part of the great mystery of the paranormal. And choose whether we're going to haunt somebody or not. Well, I'm not in a big hurry for that day. I want to live as long as I can. Yeah, exactly. Don't research anything on WebMD, because then you always end up with some kind of funky, exotic thing. Oh my God, I've got this, and I've got like 4 hours to live. I mean, it's just terrible. They shouldn't even allow that. See, Aussie's National Day. It's great. Gets the subject out there. Yeah. We just, you got to just always let people know that, no matter what they're going through, they don't have to go through it alone. We might be miles and miles apart from each other. But see, that's one of the beauties of technology. Even the telephone. You really need to talk to somebody, contact somebody. You know, just hearing somebody else talk to you and listening, just the listening part is important. But you always got to, you got to keep that positive attitude. You really do. That's all part of keeping you going. Some days being the waving, hugging, YouTube weird cat lady is just the best. Yeah, that's what it is. You get in these chats, you feel like, like crap. And, yeah, you're going to have your bitching and your moaning and you're complaining. But then when you get into the conversations and then people start making you laugh, and it's fantastic. Sorry I can't stay, but I have to finish lunch. Homemade potato and bacon. Oh, Creed. Don't tell me you made that. Now I'm depressed. I want some. Now I'm going to have to make it. Oh, I bet it's delicious. Have some for us. We'll see you later. That's just wrong. Because I haven't eaten yet today, and I love potato and bacon soup. And I don't have any bacon, so I can't make it. I'm gonna have to go to the store. I Googled my symptoms once and had a runny nose. According to Google, it was because I'd been dead for 7. Oh my God. Yeah, fluids usually run when you've passed. The body empties itself, so that's a bummer. Oh, dude. Actually, and I'll tell you something else I do, you guys. When I'm going to bed, and after I get done watching, the total chaos that's on YouTube or whatever, I watch something funny on YouTube as I'm drifting off to sleep. So it could be like, whose line is it anywhere anyway, or whatever the hell the name of that show is. I'm telling you, you watch a little bit of that stuff or some other comedian or something, and that it just washes away all the crap of the day. And I'd rather go to sleep laughing than crying, because I've done that a lot too. Cried yourself to sleep because of something, like we all have. But so I've made it a habit to watch something funny, and it really is nice. She says we should call ourselves the Lumps, Bumps, and Creaks and Groans group. Yeah, yeah. There you go, the LBCG group. Oh, Jesus. That's funny. Yeah, we should we should do that. Form that group. There you go. Because yeah, we all got them. The lumps, bumps, and the creaks, and the groans. We're driving around somewhere like on some crap dirt road, and my husband hits a pothole. And like, oh, and he's like, oh, you gonna make that noise? I'm like, jeez, man, it just you just threw my whole back out of joint. What the hell noise do you think I'm gonna make? Yeah, but how do you deal with the ones who are always the Debbie Downers in every single stream? You know what? I'm used to it because my husband's that way. And I always thought, I says, you could suck the joy out of anybody. And then he starts laughing because he does know that he does that. The Debbie Downers and every day you go there, all happy, having fun, and you've got someone that can never find anything positive. Those are the people you have to ignore. Because no matter what's going on, they always turn it to the negative. And my husband does that too. And I always tell him, I said, just could you find anything happy in just one moment of the day? And then I threaten to kick him in the ass, because it does. It plays on you. Pamela's on documentaries. I love a good documentary. But there are just some people, no matter what is going on or what is said, they turn it to the negative because that's how they think. Oh, woe is me, this. We had a friend, I could say, oh, gee, oh, all right, my husband had brain surgery and he went through this, and this. And a friend of ours, of course, we don't speak to him anymore. We had a falling out with him, but his response would be, well, how do you think I feel? And then he'd go through a list of crap that didn't even compare to having brain surgery, but he was always the victim and he was always the Debbie Downer. And I told him, I finally had enough with it. I said, you know what? Your life is what you make it. Either you choose to be a happy person and find the little things in life that bring a smile to your face, or you just live in the wallows of, oh, woe is me, I'm the victim. I says, and eventually people are going to get tired of hearing about it and tell you to piss off. Tell them to go touch some grass. A lot of people don't believe in that. and earthing. And I believe in it. It works. You go out there and you walk around in the grass barefooted. There you are. It's the earth sucks out the poison or something. It's just amazing how that does work. A lot of people think that's crap, but it does work because I've done it. I love that it's not like that in here because we compare stuff and give advice. Yes. Oh, thank you. That's what it's about. That's, yeah. And we could have a conversation without somebody getting their shorts in a knot. You could disagree. That's fine, but it's not to the point where people start calling each other names or, just being an ass. Knowing my luck, I think positive, and it would be mainly attracted to the negative like a magnet. Typical. Yeah, see, it's my husband. It always turns to the negative. And we always joke around. We say, we wouldn't have any luck at all if we didn't have bad luck. And we do have a lot of bad luck. But you know what? I just laugh and move on. I'm not going to sit there and cry about it for months when there's nothing you could do to change it. Just keep going and do the best you can with what you got. Yeah, I believe it works too. Yeah, it does. I'm telling you, when I was growing up in the neighborhood, there was one house that was down the street. He had the best freaking grass on the block. It was dark green. It was thick like a carpet. And I would purposely go down there, remove my shoes, and walk through his grass. And it always made me feel so much better. It was soft and just cool. And it had been 90 degrees out and it was nice and cool. And you felt better. And I believe it works. A lot of people, oh, that's bullshit. No, it's not. And I do believe it's referred to as earthing. And it's something about where, yeah, all the negative energy is pulled out of your body through the earth. I try to watch the sunrise and the sunset every day and watch nature. Yeah, it's important that we get back to nature. We spend too much time sitting in front of these screens. I feel most people, especially in these chats, aren't looking for a pity party. They state what they have and hey, I got this appointment or I'm dealing with this. They don't drag it on. Hey, admit, how's it going? How's it going? Yes. Yeah, we exactly. We're comparing our aches and pains and moans and groans. But we're not here to have people, pat us on the head and say, "Oh, well, I'm so sorry." And we do have people in the community that do that. It's no matter what chat they're in. It's, "Oh, I got this wrong or that wrong, and this happened to me today, and it'll never get better." And well, that's because that's the attitude you have. Mark, I'm not wearing shorts. I'm not wearing shorts either. I feel that at most comes here to get out of the mindset. No, they can drop something like that and then continue on and have their minds taken. Yes, that's they exactly stuff. That's why I'm glad everybody comes and hangs out. Because at first, when you start up a channel, you're thinking, what the hell am I going to do? Of course, you know, my hobby, because it is a hobby, is the paranormal. And I know a lot about it. I don't know everything about it, but I like to share that. But then also, again, I wanted everybody to be, it's a group of friends. We're all hanging, we're all discussing things. Because you never know that somebody might have advice or a story that might help you out with what you're doing. Touch some grass should be the code for step it down. I'm catching up. I'm catching up. I like that, Pam. Yeah, the LBCG group needs to touch some grass. Yeah, it's amazing. Same thing like with the water. I'm attracted to water. And when I'm in the lake, or even in the river, just putting your feet in. I just, it's like it's washing away uh, the day's crud, the crap. It washes it away. I got my heated gel ball neck massager going on my neck, and it's so good. Oh, I've never tried that. Oh, poor Mother Nature's not too happy. No, because we mistreat her. Oh, good. Oh, grounding yourself now. Great, great. I know everybody calls it something grounding or earthing or yeah, it's great. Whatever we call it or somebody calls it, just take your shoes off and walk around in the grass. Or if you got the opportunity, take your shoes off and go walk in the water. I may never get better, but you can still figure out what you can do or enjoy. I can hang out with Raw Steph Piggy to get a smile to start my day. Oh, Sage. And we love having you in here as well. Yeah, I look at it that way too. Listen, this is what I've got. Okay. I'm not thrilled with it, but I have to adjust how I do things to make it work. And that's just, you just got to think about it. Some folks that just have it nasty and support they find amongst the rest of us. I see Sandra will be back soon, and I should be getting all hugs. Yeah, I never even tried one of those, the heated neck thing. But I find I see it's strange. A lot of people like heat. I find that ice works best for me. Ice pack. Ice pack is my best friend some days. Sometimes when the heat makes me feel more inflamed. Like I said, it's different for everyone. Like I used to go to water therapy and the water was just too warm. And I just felt awful. I ended up getting out of it because I felt a lot worse than when I got there. Teasy, I say, Lord, please don't let me hurt. Oh, I've said that many a days. Please, Lord, give me the patience. Don't let me throat punch this person. And you got a smile on your face. Those shiatsu things hurt too much. Yeah, you got to be careful on what you use. I've got a few different kinds of massagers, and you put them on, it's like, ow, 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 doesn't work. Same thing with with the tens unit. Oh, use the tens unit. No, are you kidding? Oh, I felt like somebody was ripping my spine out. Nope, got rid of that. So it's definitely different for everybody. Once I got a massage, and I never had a massage before, and I had somebody who was a masseuse offer to give me a massage because of all the stress I was under with my taking care of my mother and all this other crap. And I'm thinking, okay, now I know why people have this done. Oh, it was fantastic. And I love the oil she used. It was a lavender oil. Oh God, I smelled great all day. I'd get the oil just so I could put it on because it lasted all better than any perfume. It was great. Uh, take my shoe. Oh yeah. I say I had the best massager I ever experienced was in the mall, and it was that chair. That was fantastic. But I think what is like $2,000 for that chair. So you just have to go to the mall every time and put in a buck. You get the sore tongue from biting it and smiling. Oh, yeah. There are days. Gel balm relaxing, massages hurt. Yeah, see, it's different for every. Now I heard they say the deep tissue massage is good for fibro people, but then I hear other people say don't do that. It's horribly painful. If you, I guess, if you could survive through the massage, then you feel great afterwards. But yeah, I don't want to go and have torture. But it was a regular, just general massage, and it was really really nice. I have a vibration plate that you stand on. It does different Oh, I've got one, the massage thing for your feet there that, it has the rotating balls, and it's okay, but No, I'm singing I like big balls. Yeah. The vibrating balls. Because you if somebody just come in right now and they heard us saying the vibrating balls. They're like, what are they talking about? Oh man. I just need to slow down, breathe deep, and smell the sage brush and wiggle my toes and some dust, dodging the red ant or two. Oh God, red ants. Oh, run, the red ants. Well, that's why I'm looking forward to getting away for the couple of days with my son and his girlfriend. I'm so happy that they asked me to come. I'm leaving the dog and the cat and the husband at home. And I have no shows booked for that weekend. So I am just going to vegetate out in the woods near. Actually, I'll probably do like a thing, a live thing on my phone or something to show you guys. It's it's where I go anyway, because so you guys have seen it. But usually I'm working while I'm there, and I'm always taking care of somebody or cooking something for somebody. Of course, that was the one stipulation my son said: if I go, I have to make a Lebanese dinner. I'm thinking, okay, I don't mind. I'll do the. He wants mama to cook, so I'll do it. So that's what I told him. You got to buy all the stuff, and I'll make you a Lebanese dinner. Yeah, I always liked AC/DC. They're it's a great performing band. They really are. The stage presence is great. That's great, Raw Side Paranormal. When you get home, you can keep up the survivors. Yeah, I'll be re-energized, and I'll be back on the team to pick everybody up. It sounds like a good thing. Getaway. Oh yeah, it. We didn't get to do it that much because usually every weekend we were gone or going somewhere, and then we'd go away for a complete week, and we haven't done that in a couple of years. Uh, a couple weekends ago when we did go away, I had a show scheduled for that weekend, so I was working and trying to relax. When you go on the 19th, I'm gonna be gone the weekend of the 19th, and I'm just gonna pack up my suitcase and throw it in my son's Jeep and say, "Let's go." Of course, I already gave him the heads up. I have to have the regular master bedroom that I always stay in because it has an ensuite bathroom. I says, and mom has to get up several times to use it. So sorry, you guys get the other bathroom. They don't care. As long as I was willing to cook, they didn't care. Oh, that reminds me, you're talking about ringtones. It's spooky season, so I got to change up mine on my phone. I always do something outrageous, so when my phone goes off in public, it scares the crap out of people. Yeah, I get my thrills off of the cheap stuff, guys. I know, but it's funny. Especially like if you're in a doctor's office and you got like a screaming banshee or something on the phone. It wakes everybody up. I had to have it one time. I went in for an exam or something, and I was changing into the gown, and I had my phone on, and oh, I forget it was a. I think it was a ringtone from Star Trek, and it went off, and I heard somebody goes, "What the hell was that?" And I'm in the changing room laughing. It's so funny. My partner's ringtone used to be big balls because of a joke, right up till he kept calling me in the staff meeting. No, that's funny. That's something I would do. That is freaking funny. And everybody's probably looking around saying, What was that? Did we just hear that?" Oh my god, that's funny. And like I switch it up to the weird stuff, and then if it goes off in the house, my husband jumps. What the hell's that? Oh, that's my phone. I remember working at the bar when they first started off, just playing little bars, and they still going, but do some decent venues. Oh, cool. Yeah, they do. Oh, you are always welcome, Edward. We enjoy having you on, and we're glad you had a good time. We'll see you soon. I really love it that everybody just showed up. Just it was no announcement, nothing, just a test stream. So it's great. See what just doing a test stream shows turns into. It's great. And of course, doing something like this, gave me an excuse to be a slacker on doing what I have on my list of today to do things. It's bad. And I'll put it off till tomorrow. Unfortunately, the manager wasn't too upset and the coworkers were cracking up. Yes, because it's funny. You're in the middle of a business meeting or something, or it's quiet, and all of a sudden you got big balls popping up on your phone. Oh my god, that's just hilarious. And just something as simple as that could just make somebody's day. It really can. Like, that's why I always, like I said, I send a little grift videos or something like that to people I know they're having a bad day. I do it to my sister all the time because she'll be in a mood, and I'll send her. You guys remember the Muppets, and they had that one little skit with the characters is mana mana do 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 do. I send that to my sister, and I know she's laughing. How could you not laugh at that? And I'll get a message back. She's calling me an ass, and I know she's laughing. But something just as simple as that could make somebody's day. Oh, it's like that comedian. I know you guys have seen him on YouTube where he drives around and he'll stop people and ask them this really like obscure question. And it has like a cheeky response and it just makes their day. And, he's famous for it. I was thinking of setting it to Ballroom Blitz. I think it would be a funny ringtone. Yeah, anything like that is freaking funny. Oh, I know Animal was my favorite, but Grover, I loved Grover. But yeah, you send him that clip with the do 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 do, and you can't. You just laugh. It's funny. And then the people around you are like, "What the hell are they listening to? What is that?" And I always send it to her. She's at work, so yeah, it gets her cracking up. And she works in retail, so that says it all. You got to deal with rude customers all day. I have a friend I send that to. I get the Funny flip of the bird. Yes, because it's funny. Well, because they get mad because you're making them laugh, and they don't wanna laugh, but hey, you cannot laugh at that. Yeah, and it gets stuck in your head. And you're going around all day. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Mana. I had Freaker's Balls on as his ringtone after. Yeah, and the ringtones are great. But then, like I said, it's the spooky season, so I'll get like I said, either the banshee type thing or the howling a werewolf or the monster mash. Just some kind of weird thing, and it's just to get a rise out of somebody. I have a ringtone, I believe, in a thing called Love by The Darkness, and it went off when I was in church. Oh, jeez. I have one similar stuff. I have, how you'll set individual ringtones for people that call you. And I have one person I had the ringtone set for asshole calling. So all of a sudden you're in the middle of, like a store or something. You go, assholes calling. Hey, assholes calling. And people just burst out laughing. Actually, my son had that set as a ringtone for somebody one time, and they were at a food stand down at the beach or something, and it went off. And the guy that owned the food stand that they were getting the stuff from thought that was so hilarious. He gave them their food for free. He goes, "That's the best ringtone I've heard in a long time." October 1st, my Halloween theme. Michael Myers is always on. Yeah, see, I always change it up just to have a little fun with it. I used to walk by a coworker singing "Somewhere Over the Rainbow" and come back 2 hours later, and he would be humming. Oh, I know, don't you love it? It's for how people pick up on that, and then later he probably said to you, "Thanks a lot, Sage. Thanks a lot." I can't get it out of my head now. Baby Shark has been banned in my house because of my roommate gets stuck in his head for days. Oh, geez, I know that's terrible. That is awful. I forgot what song it was the other day. I was like 3 days in a row. I wouldn't leave my head. And I told me, I don't know why the song is in my head, but it's driving me nuts. I had that ringtone for ages. Also, the one that's does the alarm yells. It's the wife. Oh yeah, yeah. I have that one. It's a husband. Husband's calling. Whoop whoop. It's the husband. Oh, evil woman, my bestie. Well, I hate to tell you who the asshole ringtone was for. Oh my god. I'm not gonna say because you can think I'm a bad person, but this person deserved that title. They earned that title, so that's why they got that ringtone. My son found the song our old microwave made. Oh, found the sound that our old microwave made. Oh yeah, it's so fun. It is fun to find this stuff. It also makes me laugh because my father doesn't have a smartphone, so he really doesn't know how they work. So then when a certain ringtone goes off, and he's like, "What the hell is that? What the hell's that noise? Or what that? Somebody's talking." I start laughing. Dad, it's my phone. My text alert was Austin Powers saying, "You've got mail, baby." Yeah. Oh, I never heard that one. Mine was the Star Trek, incoming transmission or something like that. I had Easy Street off of Walking Dead when Daryl was trapped and tortured. Ah, well, that's what I love. The one that Beardo does there, the Negan. That one's my favorite. I can't stand the Mary Loves Dick one. That drives me insane because that guy drives me nuts. I always turn on the volume when he plays that one, but yeah, the Negan I like. Does anyone else wake up with a song running through their head? Almost every day, I wake up with a different tune running through my. Sometimes it's the same song. I'll go to sleep with it in my head, and I'll wake up with it in my head, and it could be for days. Oh, it was a song and beeps he puts on my phone for him. Confused everyone in the house. It's funny. And see, we'll do that kind of stuff around here. Just yeah, hot diggity dog. I love it. Hot diggity dog. Actually, I need to find it, put that on my phone. Now that we're talking about it. Incoming message. Mine is now radio ultimate countdown from us, including the controversial words used to indicate the idling of the thrust levers. Oh, I love all that stuff. Well, yeah, I'm a Trekkie nerd. I love it. So yeah, my screensaver Star Trek is all it's. I grew up on it, watched all of it, love the movies. Can't help it. Oh my goodness, guys. Hey, this test stream has turned into a 3-hour live. Blowing my mind. Wow. And I am so glad it went really smooth, and I'm glad you guys hung out with me. But I think it's time for us to say goodbye and get on with our day. I want to thank everybody for helping out. Everybody who joined the memberships, it really, really helps me out a great deal. Like I said, I was afraid I was going to lose my show, and but I'm going to keep pushing forward, guys. So as long as I, have the determination, and you guys supporting me and backing me, the show will continue to the best of my ability. And I'm enjoying this new stream, so I think it's gonna work. I think it's gonna work for us. Yeah, sci-fi nerds unite. That's right. That's right. Nothing wrong with it. Love it. Love it. Love it. So I'm gonna let you guys go. Like I said, thanks for hanging out. I didn't expect this to be 3 hours, but it's been fabulous. I've loved it. I hope you guys had a great time, and I look forward to talking to you all soon. You guys have a great day, and remember, always laugh, always have a great smile, and I'll catch you guys later.